Hello guys, how are you doing? My name is Wilfred and you're welcome to my channel where it's all about easy meals at home. Today is not any different. We are going to be making marathas, or what we call in Uganda dodo. You will love this. This is a redo. For some reason the other video was pulled down, so now we are making a new one. I hope you enjoy it. It's easy, it's quick, it is nutritive. This is one of those things that you could use to lose weight, to keep healthy, to be rightly boosted. It ups up your iron levels. It's rich in folic acid. This is commonly grown in Africa. I don't know about you guys where you're watching from, whether you have what we call amarathas, but if in case you don't have it and you ever happen to come to Africa or Uganda, this grows plenty, and yet it is so healthy, it's so nutritious and tasty at the same time. You can have it as an additive to your food, an accompaniment. And you can also choose to have a diet of just that one. Amarathas can be blended and you have it as a juice. That way you also get the nutrients directly without cooking. That goes to show you, if you can have it raw, you can have it also cooked, stuff cooked, and it is still healthy and nutritious. So join me, come and see how I make my amarathas meal that is tasty and appetizing. This is my amarathas. I got 2 of them. I've washed them. So what you do after washing is you take off, either you cut the stalks off, or you can just take off the thing that is binding them and then go ahead and cut them up. Any size would be good. I'll go thin on these ones because the thinner they are, the more appetizing they look when cooked. So straight away after washing them and cutting off the stalks, you cut them up, and you're going to wash them again, because before they were bigger and we don't know if they are bits that didn't get the opportunity of getting washed up. So after you've cut them up, you can go ahead and wash them again. Now this is the cutting bit. I'm not going so thin as you can see, so it's quite easy. You can do this, and after you've cut, you set the ones that are already cut on the side. I'm putting mine on this metal plate, and I'm going to wash them from here. This one's cook time is about 3 minutes of amarathas. In Uganda we call it dodo. So those of you who are in Uganda and you're wondering what amarathas is, it's dodo. It's nutritive. This is recommended to sick people, those who are anemic. It's also healthy for everyone, recommended for everyone, because the nutrients you don't need only when you're sick, but also you need on a daily basis. You can have this as an additive on a daily basis with your meals, or an accompaniment with your meals. So after cutting them up, I'm going to add some water and wash them, and you will see what goes on after that. Now after cutting your amarathas, you add some water to them. This is to give them another wash apart from the first one that you gave. And if there is any trace of dirt that had remained, it will stay at the bottom. That means taking out would mean you don't pour the water out, but you drain the dodo out. And for now I'm just soaking it in water. You're probably wondering why the onions are in there. Onions, the secret for them to not act up on your eyes is to keep them in water. So this water won't do the onions any harm. Now after I've soaked my dodo or my amarathas, I'll let these sit while I cut up my other ingredients. Now I've got with me 1 big tomato that I'll go on and slice up. The size does not matter, but I'll go through these and make them a bit thin because I don't want them too big, overriding my dodo. I'm using 1 tomato because I don't want the tomatoes being too many in there. Depending on how how big your dodo is. If it is small, you can go ahead and use half a tomato. I'm going to use one whole big one. And as for the carrot, I've got half a big tomato, sorry, half a big carrot that I'm going to use, and 3 cloves of garlic. I'll also use some salt to taste. You can go ahead and use to your preference. Once you finish cutting up your tomatoes, you go on and grate your garlic, and then also cut up your onions. When you grate your garlic, it will release all the aromas from the garlic, and that way they'll easily spread in your dodo. Now, after grating the garlic, I'm going to cut up my carrots. I'll go like this. I want them thin. I want them thin, but I don't want them to overlap my dodo. So I'll go through this many times until I get that desired size that I want to peep through my dodo. Now, because carrots take some time to get ready and dodo takes about 2 minutes to get ready, depending on your heat, when we are cooking, we'll work with the carrots first before we go to anything else. I've finished cutting up my onions and garlic grated. Now time for me to get cooking. Now I've put my pan on fire and I've added some oil. This is about 2 tablespoons of oil, and you let it run over your pan very well, and then straight away you add onions and carrots. So to this I'm adding my garlic to get those aromas out. Remember, all this is going to be stir cooked, so right away I'm also adding the carrots. Give these about a minute to get to know each other well, then I'll introduce the tomatoes. Now they've been on for a minute. I'm going to add the tomatoes and cover for yet another 2 minutes. Now our veg is ready. I'm going to add in our dodo. And to this I also add some salt. Remember, we say do not pour the water out, but just drain the dodo out and then add it to there. The little water that will come through will also keep our dodo from burning, and also dodo will produce its own juice that we'll be using. Now to this I'm also adding some salt. You can go on and use according to your taste. I've used 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to cover this and let it cook for 2 minutes, and then I'll serve. Now our dodo has been on for about 3 minutes. It's brought some water, as you can see, but time for me to take off and serve. Now this is how I would serve my dodo, and trust me, will be irresistible, nutritious and tasty. Until next time when we make yet another delicious meal, bye bye guys, and enjoy.